when you have these passages of play, you've got to convert, because we've seen with Celtic what they're capable of.
You both predicted a Celtic win beforehand, Gordon. Are you inclined to change your mind at this stage?
Well, I think Rangers have done well. I think the Rangers have done better than I thought they would. I think one goal, first goal, could be the decisive goal in this game, and I think Rangers are right in the game at the moment. I still think if to actually say who I think could win it, I'd probably still go for Celtic because of their finishing power. They get more capable of scoring goals than Rangers are, and you can't put a bet against Larsson being the one to do it.
It's one of those games where you kind of get a feeling that the first goal could be the winner, Paul.
I think so, but what's Rangers got to do, they've got to concentrate, particularly at the back. I mean, they've done extremely well in that regard, and as well as their general play. And I think if they keep tight, keep group collectively, keep going in the same spirit, then they can certainly get something positive from this game.
No goals so far, but I suspect we'll see one in the second half. Let's enjoy it once again. Robin Sandy.
Rangers' 50th game of the season, and one of their better performances, minus a lot of important players. Frank de Boer has defended well for them alongside Zurich Kiznisvili, and we have had confirmation during the interval that it was the attentions of Larsson on de Boer which led to the early Celtic goal being disallowed. So it's goalless at half-time as Rangers try to steer clear of an Old Firm whitewash and a sixth straight defeat at the hands of Celtic. They're halfway there.
I'm just looking, Rob, at the Celtic line-up. Thompson's going to start in beside Lennon again, and Pearson wide. Martin obviously not too happy with the midfield in the first half.
Mikel Arteta central to Rangers' hopes in the second half. Paolo Vanoli for Fernando Ricksen. Takes a tumble, so does Neil Lennon. They're not too likely to hold back in a challenge.
That could be an interesting 45 minutes between those two.
Not known for their shyness. Vanoli's throw to Hughes. Play from Agat. Frank de Boer. Fernando Ricksen under pressure from Lennon, gave it away. Pearson, a chance to stretch his legs, but good pace from Alan Hutton.
Great tackle from the Rangers full-back. That's why Martin O'Neill wants Stephen Pearson in the wide area to try and run Hutton. But I think you see the young Rangers full-back there showing his athletic qualities, good pace, good time in the tackle as well. Yep. It's a free kick just in front of the technical area. Assistant referees put his flag up into the Katie Hugh Dallas, the Jackie McNamara. Just a little nudge in the back of Fernando Ricksen. The referee pulling the game back.
Was it a nudge, Chick? Is that how you'd describe it?
Well, I think I would call it a push. It was a little bit after Zaxa, because McNamara thought that Ricksen had left his foot in. This is the challenge there, and when it gets all over, McNamara just gives him a wee push in the back. Here we are, there's the push, and that's what brought the attention of the referee.
Just good friends. De Boer lifts it forward for Chris Burke. Good challenge from McNamara. No handball given against Stephen Hughes, but that was a free kick for the challenge on Sutton.
That was good play again from Rangers going forward. Chris Burke coming off the right-hand side, in between the left back and the central defender, and Frank de Boer trying to find him with a long pass.
Thompson's free kick. Sutton peeling away from Kiznisvili. Frank de Boer's clearance. Burke, Hutton, and now Ricksen. Given away.
There's two bad passes in a row from Fernando Ricksen.
That's well judged by Frank de Boer. Watched it very carefully. The long angled ball from Thompson. Vanoli to Moles. Clumsy from Baldi.
That was a clumsy challenge, but good play from Vanoli. It's a great run from Michael Moles, coming off the centre back into the midfield area almost. And there's a yellow card as well for Bobo Baldi for that challenge. You can understand why. It's a clumsy, dangerous tackle from the back that can cause a lot of problems to your opponent.
We saw Hugh Dallas picking up the yellow card off the pitch in the first half, so he has recovered it and he's shown it for the first time. Balde booked. 3 minutes into the second half. Frank de Boer's free kick. Stephen Thompson climbing for the header. It almost dropped for Fernando Ricksen.
This is a good ball in from Frank de Boer, and Thompson does well to win the challenge, but you've got to get the second one. And Marshall, like Closella, off his line nice and sharp, keeping his eye on the ball.
That's commanding goalkeeping, Sandy.
Yeah, decision making, Rob.
Under the spotlight again, the teenager David Marshall. And while he was at fault for spilling the Mole shot towards the end of the first half, I thought his recovery was terrific to charge down Thompson on the follow-up effort. Alan Thompson, Stephen Pearson didn't get quick enough control. Alan Hutton intercepted. Stephen Thompson and Chris Burke. Has he got the pace to outdo Pearson? Well, he did, but he couldn't get past Varga. Larsson tying up two Rangers defenders, Hutton and Keznishvili. But it worked for the visitors.
Yeah, both teams have defended very well. Not a lot of clear-cut chances at either end. I've been really impressed with young Alan Hutton. He's had a tremendous start in the second half. Winning tackles, getting forward. Good use of the ball. He's just a youngster, but he's handling this occasion without any problem whatsoever.
He came in for the last Old Firm game. The teenager did well there and has carried that on here. Looks a real player for next season for Alec McLeish, and he needs them.
Just a slight mix-up there. That's his first mistake in this game, really. The pass went behind him, tried to adjust and lost his footing.
The sports scene jinx strikes again. Sutton doing the hold-up work. Larsson. Keznishvili doing a good job. Still just 22, the former Dundee defender. Georgian international of some experience. McNamara's pass. Keznishvili versus Larsson.
Thank you, Dallas. Just indicating there that would have been a free kick in Rangers' favour. But the ball went all the way through to Stefan Clausen. Again, good refereeing, playing advantage.
That was a good pass from Frank de Boer, which picked out Fernando Ricksen. Now it's Stephen Hughes. And Ricksen's going to struggle to outdo Balde, but he typically gives it his best shot, and he's won it for Stephen Hughes. Well, you don't often see Bobo Balde ruffled, but Fernando Ricksen has succeeded there.
Well, this is what you call getting stuck in. Fernando Ricksen doesn't mess about. Bobo Balde thinks he's got lots of time to get the ball away, but Ricksen closes him down, fights him hard, determined. He thought at that point that Bobo Balde would win the ball back, but eventually the slack play under a lot of pressure and gives away the corner.
Well, that just shows you what can be done against Balde with the right sort of spirit. Arteta's corner kick cleared by Jackie McNamara. Twice over. Foul against Stephen Pearson and an angry reaction from Alan Hutton.
Yeah, it's so silly the two youngsters getting involved. The referee, he's already blown the whistle. He's awarded the free kick in Rangers' favour. I don't know if we'll see two yellow cards here or not. But Pearson and Hutton just go on with playing football. Stop getting involved. Hugh Dallas just tell them, I'm in charge, I'll make the decisions. Now interesting to see if he produces a card.
Sandy Clark, the voice of reason. You weren't like that when you were playing, I'll tell you.
Yeah, but it's good to see a wee bit of spirit as well amongst the youngsters. They're shaking hands, good stuff. But this is the offence here. Just a nudge there, shouldering Fernando Ricksen. Ricksen goes to the ground. And Hugh Dallas, to be fair on him, right on top of it, gave the decision right away.
So still just the one yellow. Arteta's free kick, good delivery. Chris Sutton was first to it. Good play again from Ricksen, keeping possession for Rangers, that's crucial.
Fernando Ricksen's had a good game for Rangers. You know, if he tempers that fiery bit that has in his game and just plays football and works hard to close people down, he's very, very effective.
Stephen Pearson involved once more, this time with Mikel Arteta, who didn't like his challenge one little bit.
No, I think it's going to be a yellow card this time for Pearson. Hugh Dallas has been very patient, but no more. It's silly from Pearson. He was warned just a few minutes ago. You've got to settle down, don't get involved. Arteta certainly involved as well there. Yeah, he's got a yellow.
Well, he's overheating Stephen Pearson here. He's getting himself too involved.
He's a lucky man, Arteta. If he makes a connection there with Stephen Pearson, it's not a yellow, it's a red. In fact, you can interpret it, if the intent's there, you don't have to actually make contact. The referee could be justified in producing the red.
Hugh Dallas didn't really expect a quiet Saturday lunchtime, did he? McNamara's free kick, missed by both De Boer and Sutton, through to Stefan Klaus. And during all that, you might be interested to know, and Chick will tell you, that Michael Moles changed his boots.
Yeah, he's changed his boots. I think he wasn't getting up grip. Sandy was talking about laying the ball off, not having a potted goal. It's been pouring the rain obviously all morning. Just went for a longer stud there, just changed the boots when well, that fracas was going on. Peaceful moment to himself in the middle of all this.
Rickson gets the pass away just in time before the arrival of Neil Lennon.
I tell you, Neil Lennon's going to get a yellow this time. Oh, well, I thought it was, but at least if it's going to be Rickson. I thought it was only about that time, the offence.
Rickson's late challenge on the Celtic midfielder is punished with a caution.
You see, Rickson's in the same possession of the ball. Yeah, you can see him, he realises that Lennon's coming in behind him and just makes an arch as much as anything else to make contact with the Celtic midfielder.
Well, Fernando Rickson hasn't seen a red card in the Old Firm match for 2 years, and he has seen 2 before. Thompson's free kick, headed away by Kizanishvili. It's gone behind for the corner.
Again, it's good defending from Rangers at the set piece, but it's at the expense of a corner kick this time. You can be assured it's going to be another good delivery from Alan Thompson. Rangers again have to keep the concentration.
Celtic on the hunt for a goal, and they very nearly got it. It was Stan Varga and Bobo Balde had tried to squeeze this in.
Again, it's a great delivery. I thought Henrik Larsson was going to get a touch in this one. It just goes beyond him. And at the back post, there are lots of bodies there. Again, give Rangers credit for making sure there's no easy tap in, good challenges.
Petrov's corner. First there, Frank de Boer. Celtic back on the ball with Neil Lennon and Alan Thompson. Good movement up ahead from Sutton. Lennon's cross. De Boer takes charge. Onto the loose ball. Arteta. The pass slipped away from Thompson, and backtracking was Stephen Pearson. Minutes into the second half, still goalless. Thompson finds Larsson. Did brilliantly Larsson to hold on to that. Gets it back from Pearson, off the Boer corner.
Good play from Celtic, especially from Henrik Larsson. Great striker play, winning the challenges, holding on to the ball, making good runs. Good defending again from Frank de Boer.
15 Old Firm goals, Henrik Larsson. Now he'd love to increase his tally here in the final one. Petrov plays it in, punched away by Klaus. Pearson to Lennon. Bobo Balde. Was by Sutton on Kizanishvili.
Yes, again Kizanishvili, great play, great positional play from the centre back. does really well. Watch Kistisvili here. He gets to the right side of the ball. He gets there before Sutton, not allowing the striker to take it in the feet, and just holds him off, and eventually Sutton committing the offence. But the two centre backs for Rangers today have been immense. Frank de Boer, we know he's a good player, over 100 caps for Holland, but in his time at Rangers I really haven't seen him play too well too often. But today he's been absolutely immense, winning challenges at times where he's not right to because of the physical presence of Chris Sutton.
That's a dangerous pass from Kisnishvili, must have heard you. Stilian Petrov on the left foot, touched wide by Stefan Klos. It might have been heading wide anyway, but he couldn't be sure.
Stefan Klos isn't sure, so he makes his decision to get his hand to the ball to make sure it doesn't go in. But Petrov does well. Great run from Larsson to create a space. Doesn't catch it properly. But Stefan Klos was worried about it. Just gets a fingertip to it to make sure it's well round the post.
Celtic look to keep the pressure on. Thompson's corner. Klos gets a hand to it. He was clattered in the process, and it's a free kick. And I think Klos needs some attention as well. This will be a worry for Rangers.
He gets battered here by Bobo Baldé. It's a great punch from the goalkeeper, and you can't blame the big centre-back either. He's going for the ball. It's his momentum that takes him into Stefan Klos, but Hugh Dars right away awarded the free kick in Rangers' favour. But brave goal came from Klos. Look at him, keeps his eye on the ball. He's always going to get there first. Bobo Baldé all the way through him.
That's great goalkeeping. He has maintained his standards this season as others around him have slipped. And Klos, of course, was nominated for the Player of the Year award, and that says something in a struggling side. Tomorrow we're live at Almondvale for Livingston against Partick Thistle from 2:50. A double bill of live games, and we're on again Wednesday night at Ibrox. Rangers against Hearts from 7:30. As Alec McLeish looks to give himself and the Rangers fans some hope going into next season, and he'll be a busy man in the summer. In fact, later today he will hope to be having words with Dado Prso, the Croatian international striker who's currently with Monaco. He's out of contract, and Rangers having talks this weekend with him, hoping they can do a Bosman deal, the sort of deal they've already done with Jean-Alain Boumsong. Kisnishvili launches it for Moles, flicked on for Stephen Hughes, nips in front of Didier Agat. What a recovery though from Agat.
Hugh Dars has given a goal kick, must have been the last touch off Stephen Hughes, but good play from Rangers. Michael Moles flicked it on, and Hughes, he looks as if it's all the way through, but Didier Agat showing the pace that he has to work back to make a great recovery, and knocks the ball off Stephen Hughes here to prevent the corner kick as well.
Rangers thinking about a change check.
Alec McLeish having a bit of a chat there, the three of them together, and I think Chris Burke could be a...
Larsson, cross goal! Stilian Petrov into the side net.
I thought this one was in. Larsson does really well. He can't score from here, but he knocks it across the box, and Petrov coming in at the back post. Everyone in the stadium thought it was in the back of the net, but under a little bit of pressure, it's a tight angle, and he makes a good connection on it. Vanoli put him under a lot of pressure, but really should have scored.
A real chance for Celtic to get in front. Larsson, the set-up man, and well, you'd have put money on Petrov squeezing it in even from that tight angle for his 10th goal of the season, but it was the wrong side of the net as far as he was concerned. They're still level, these two. Mistake by Vanoli. Lets in Lennon. Frank de Boer under pressure from Chris Sutton after the ball slipped under the boot of Kisnishvili. Rangers living dangerously.
Two casual central defenders that time for the first time in the game.
Lennon plays it in. De Boer won the header. Vanoli thumps it clear. Great interception by Rickson as Varga dallied, and Rangers have a free kick.
A few mistakes in the game at the moment, maybe players taking it a little bit too easily, maybe getting a little bit tired. Well, there's definitely a chance here for Wrexham going forward, but he's won a free kick. It's a poor pass from Vanoli.
No questions at all being asked of Celtic there. Pearson's flick. McNamara. Down the line for Larsson. Change of pace from Henrik Larsson and plays in Petrov. Was he caught by Vanoli? No penalty.
I tell you, I don't think Hugh Dallas got a very good view of this one, but the assistant on the far side certainly does. It's a good ball in, Vanoli misses it. Petrov takes it on his chest, it's a decent touch. I think Stefan Klos is going to get to this one first anyway, and Petrov, you've got to say from there, goes down very easily.
Yeah, another good decision from Hugh Dallas. And the only decision he might have taken there would have been to yellow card Stiliyan Petrov.
Yep. There's going to be a yellow now for Stephen Pearson though. He got away with it earlier, but this is a late challenge on Chris Burke. Easy one for the referee to give. You see here, Burke does everything right, gets across the front of the Celtic player, keeping himself between the ball and his opponent, and as soon as Pearson makes the challenge, he's going to bring him down.
Nearly 20 minutes played in the second half. 6 in the box for Rangers. Arteta's free kick headed away by Chris Sutton. Lennon helps it out to Didier Agathe. He's powering away from Stephen Hughes. Larsson wants it. What a waste. Henrik Larsson is furious. Agathe could have set him up for a farewell Old Firm goal.
Unbelievable from Didier Agathe. Does really well to get away from Hughes. And Henrik Larsson's got away from Arteta in the middle of the goal. If he cuts this across earlier, Larsson would have been first to the ball. Almost certainly wouldn't have missed it. But what a mess, what a mix-up from Didier Agathe. Completely picking the wrong option.
That almost defies belief from Didier Agathe. It was so clear what he had to do. Larsson was clear of his marker. All he had to do was square it, and Larsson would touch the ball into the net for 1-0.
I watched the run from Henrik Larsson, Rob. He started beside Mikel Arteta, and Arteta just couldn't live with Larsson's pace. Larsson got way in front of him. What a chance that would have been for him.
That's what gets the Celtic supporters so frustrated about Didier Agathe.
Yeah, he's so quick, and often he uses that pace to great effect. But you see there, got into a great area, ran away from Stephen Hughes, but just didn't lift his head, didn't pick the right option.
Pearson gets it back from Sutton, survives the Wrexham challenge, works it out wide for Agathe, needs a good delivery this time. Hutton's header, back in from Pearson, Sutton's shot, but he didn't get an awful lot of contact.
Yeah, it's a chance again for Celtic on the edge of the box, but young Alan Hutton does exceptionally well here, wins a header at the back post, and when it's picked up there, the loose ball by Sutton, tries to turn and hook it past Stefan Klos, doesn't get enough contact on it, under a lot of pressure. An easy one for the keeper.
Arteta left that to Kisnishvili, and Zura Kisnishvili hurt as he fell there, and he's had shoulder problems already this season, and he wouldn't fancy a recurrence of that. He's missed too much football.
I think he just get battered from Chris Sutton there. I don't think it's anything to do with his shoulder. Just the physical presence of the Celtic strikers immense.
Petrov fouled by Stephen Hughes. He lured Hughes into the challenge and then touched the ball away.
Yeah, Stephen Hughes looked a tired challenge from the Rangers midfield player. Petrov, good feet, knocking the ball forward, enticing the challenge. We'll see here. Petrov, good feet, first to the ball. Stephen Hughes doesn't make any contact whatsoever. Justified yellow.
5 bookings: Hughes, Rixon, Arteta for Rangers, Baldy and Pearson for Celtic. All in the second half. Alan Thompson's free kick, Kisnishvili's header, then Vanoli, then Arteta. Arteta felt the full force of Bobo Balde, shaken and probably stirred as well.
It's really a silly chance from Bobo Balde, taking the pressure off the Rangers defenders. I think the part of the game second half has really all been Celtic. Rangers haven't shown too much of a threat going forward.
Arteta loses possession in midfield. And Kisnishvili concedes a free kick.
Well, I don't know if I agree with Hugh Dallas on this one. Chris Sutton's so strong, doesn't get down easily. Kisnishvili pleading his case here, saying it's not a free. Let's watch it here. Sutton does well. There's maybe a nudge, a shoulder into Sutton. You can understand why the referee awards that one.
Inside the box for Celtic, Sutton and Larsson and Pearson and Agat, and now Varga has gone up as well, responding to Martin O'Neill's shout from the technical area. Alan Thompson lines it up. His shot, and it was well judged, well anticipated by Stefan Klos.
It makes it look easy, Stefan Klos. He's got the wall covering his left-hand post, he's covering the right, but when it goes over the wall and down the way towards that near post, the goalkeeper's got time to work his feet across the goal line. It makes it look so easy.
Hutton was very quickly under pressure from Thompson. 60-40 possession in Celtic's favour. Flicked back by McNamara to Varga. Agat's header. Petrov's after it, but Frank de Boer started as favourite. Mikel Arteta, Rangers want more from him creatively. He can do it if he wants to, but it was a woeful pass back to him from Vanoli.
No, I'm just watching Mikel Arteta. He gave up on it so easily.
Henrik Larsson. Not his best delivery, was it, by a long shot. Alan Thompson was struggling to keep that in. Maybe Larsson had too much time to think about that. In from Lennon. And unmarked was Chris Sutton. Well, that was appalling defending from Rangers.
It's a mix-up between Kisnishvili and Alan Hutton. Kisnishvili's expecting his full-back to tuck in and help. Look at Sutton, he's got time and space, he can't take a touch, he's got to head in it, but he does as well as he can do under the circumstances. Gets on target, decent pair on the ball. Stefan Klos again, good reflexes up to the task.
Well, that was approaching a glaring miss from Sutton when you consider that he was left unguarded right in front of goal.
Well, as I said, it was a mix-up between Kisnishvili and Hutton. One of the two have to take responsibility.
Thompson's corner, missed by Stan Varga. He knows that was an opportunity to break the deadlock.
It was a chance, and again it's from a set piece. It's a good ball in. But again, Rangers defend it well. But this was an important spell for Rangers. They're under the caution at the moment. Celtic having almost all the possession, lots of set pieces. They have defended it well, but really how long can it go on like this? Rangers have to try to keep the ball better and have more of a threat going forward.
Alec McLeish has been having words with Chris Burke, and he's passed the message on to Fernando Rickson. Chick, what's he saying?
Good question, Rob. They're going to change it a bit in the middle of the park. Burke's had two lectures, one about his own involvement, now a tactical switch from Rangers in the middle of the park. I know Sandy will just spell out in a moment.
The pressure's on. Neil Lennon, too much on it for Stephen Pearson at the back post. Alec McLeish clearly is distressed at the way this game is going.
Well, at the moment Celtic are really running all over Rangers. Petrov has tucked in a little bit to play to make it three in the middle of the park. I think by Alex saying there they have to be closer to the three in there, and it's leaving a gap against Vanoli at times, but Celtic getting lots of the ball round about the middle of the field, and they're getting that good passing forward. They're causing lots of opportunities.
Chris Sutton lays it off to Stephen Pearson. Great movement up ahead from Thompson. And good closing down work from Frank de Boer.
De Boer doing well, coming out from the central area. That's at the expense of another corner.
His first Old Firm experience, Frank de Boer, was the Old Firm Tennant Scottish Cup quarter-final. And he's been outstanding and important, highly important for Rangers here this afternoon. The Stilian Petrov corner, the Henrik Larsson header, and Stefan Klos didn't appear to know an awful lot about that as he touched it round.
It's a good save from the goalkeeper. It's almost identical to the goal Larsson scored last Sunday. It's coming off the line, it's a great header just in the 6-yard box. It's on target. Stefan Klos doesn't see this to the last minute. There's great power on the ball. The goalkeeper takes it safety first and knocks it away.
In from Alan Thompson. It hit Kisnishvili, didn't know much about it. Thompson tries again. Balde was there, and was Stefan Klos over the line as he grabbed that?
Well, I tell you, the Rangers goalkeeper, his feet are certainly over the line. I don't think the ball was.
Celtic arms were in the air there, but I don't think the ball was over the line, despite the fact that there's no doubt the Rangers goalkeeper's feet were behind the line.
Yeah, again, it's a good, the corner kick's not back in, a good delivery again from Thompson. And you'll see it there, Klos, his feet are behind the line, but the ball's well in play.
Ooh, I'll tell you, that's tight. That is tight. Hutton's pass. Moles trying to turn away from Balde. Chris Burke's cross blocked by Chucky McNamara.
That's better from Rangers going forward. Better movement up front. Good passing from Hutton.
Hutton's throw, guided by Moles to Hughes, sliced his shot. Arteta squares it for Rickson. Celtic solidly in behind the ball. Vanoli's cross, the diving header from Balde. Larsson and Sutton combine. Support comes from Stephen Pearson. Larsson wants it again. It was a poor pass from Pearson though, and Alan Hutton shows a lot of composure.
Good play from the young Rangers fullback again.
"15 minutes to go. With Paolo Vanoli. There are some tired legs out there. Burke's flick.
That was a chance. Just a poor pass from Chris Burke, again coming off that right hand side. Good pass into him, and just a poor final ball. I think the young man knows that.
Rickson was caught by Chris Sutton. Free kick given against Sutton. Michael Moles sprinting across to keep Alan Thompson away from the scene of the crime.
It's going to be a yellow card for Chris Sutton though.
But the big talking point, as Sutton is the 6th yellow card of the afternoon, is was it a goal or wasn't a goal? As Stefan Klos grabbed it. Booking for Sutton, and let's see if we can come any closer to answering the question. Sandy was very decisive at first, saying it wasn't in. It was the cross from Thompson. It was a wicked delivery. Balde and Varga were both there, grabbed by Klos, and I think he's kept that out.
Yeah, I think I was right.
I admired your confidence. Still 0-0. De Boer's free kick flicked on by Arteta, away by Lennon. Stephen Thompson has had a very quiet spell. Hutton and Burke and out, and that's maybe summing up Rangers' problems at the moment.
Yeah.
They're lacking fluency.
They're having to defend well, Rob, but they're losing the battle. Celtic are coming and topping them time after time, and it's the front three that are the biggest problem for Rangers. Burke, Moles and Thompson. We've hardly seen them second half. They've got to work harder, back the way a little bit, to make sure they can make themselves available to pick up passes and try and play the game in the Celtic half.
But encouraging for Rangers is that they're 13 minutes or so away from avoiding a defeat here, and they'll look upon that as some sort of moral victory.
It's a handball against Mikel Arteta. Don't think he agrees, but he's got to get himself back.
The way this season's gone, Sandy, Rangers would be more than happy with a draw.
Yeah, I think so, and you know, and they've played well today. They've defended so well, and you know, the way the game's going at the moment, they maybe don't deserve to lose the game because of the good defending. And the last 15 minutes could be interesting.
Neil Lennon trying to start something for Celtic. Gets it back from Agat. Keep ball at the moment for Celtic. Petrov, Lennon, fouled. Too obvious from Paolo Vanoli, and
it's a tired one from Vanoli. There's a lot of tired legs out there now. I just wonder if Alan McLeish have been thinking about a change. young Chris Burke is finding life difficult second half. Maybe some fresh legs down the right hand side.
Chick, any thoughts on that?
Well, you know, they've checked. I keep thinking they're going to get big off Chris Burke. They keep talking to him and checking to him, urging him to get into the game, but there's been no sign, and it's seldom he's said for him game. Rob, at this stage of the match, there's not been a change, and it's the same with Martin O'Neill. He's talked to John Robertson. They don't want to make any switch either, so maybe both managers think that they've got the guys out there that can do the job. It'd be bizarre if they went the full 90 minutes without a substitution, but nothing coming at this stage.
Will Martin O'Neill be signing Rivaldo for next season is a question which is spiralling around Glasgow at the moment. He's interested. He'd love to bring the Brazilian World Cup winner here as some sort of Henrik Larsson replacement for next season. In goes Petrov. Stephen Hughes was doing the important backtracking.
I'd say that's great play from Stephen Hughes. Also good play from Petrov going forward, does it so well. Chance for Rangers in the break.
Arteta's pass inside McNamara for Burke. Brilliant play by David Marshall. Used his head.
Haven't seen too much of David Marshall's second half, but it's shown there. He's holding his concentration. Again, quick off his line.
The Celtic supporters trying to wind up Didier Hagat and get him sprinting down the right hand side. Chris Sutton's cross, and even Stephen Pearson's efforts couldn't quite keep that in.
Almost kept it in.
Rickson, Varga, Fernando Rickson again. He's been all over this game. That's Arteta's free kick. 10 minutes left. Are we going to get a winner in the final Old Firm match of the season? Celtic with 4 wins out of 4 up till now, and 5 out of 5 if you take in the last one of last season. Stephen Hughes to Stephen Thompson, and back. Can Rangers find some cutting edge? Celtic working hard, shutting down space all over the pitch, although that time Neil Lennon is penalised. Don't think he liked the decision. Frank de Boer on his left foot. David Marshall with a good take, and sets Stephen Pearson in motion. Thompson for Agat. The wide open spaces. Can't get beyond Vanoli. Celtic are going to bring on teenager Aidan McGeady for the last 10 minutes. In from Lennon. Sutton chests it down, brilliantly keeps the ball, and a good block. Kisnishvili and Hatton both got themselves in the way.
Good defender again from Rangers. Sutton's so strong. The Rangers, both defenders, keep their concentration, keep their eye on the ball.
There was some shirt tugging going on between Varga and Moles. It was judged to be 6 and half a dozen. And Vanoli got rid of that just in time as Larsson moved into overdrive.
At the moment, Rob, that's the difference between the two teams. It was a 50-50 Moles and Varga. Varga won it easily that time. It was Vanoli and Larsson. Larsson put him under so much pressure. Managed to win the throw for Celtic.
Sutton, Petrov, Larsson! He won't get a better chance than that to sign off in style.
Can't believe Henrik Larsson doesn't score here. Rangers, they go to sleep just for a minute. They're under pressure. Petrov again doing really well, and Larsson probably has too much time. Petrov, unselfish, sets up the Swedish striker and really doesn't get anything at all on the ball to trouble Stefan Klos. What an opportunity missed.
He wanted that, Henrik Larsson, so badly, but it wouldn't go for him. It's going to be Pearson off when McGeady enters the fray.
I think Rangers have to make a change as well. Chris Burke's really tired.
Agat, Sutton, Straight at Stefan Klos. Celtic have had lots and lots of chances, but they can't tuck one away.
They have. This is not an easy one for Chris Sutton. He gets on target, but Stefan Klos again, it's right down his throat, makes it easy. There's lots of tired legs out there now. That's why opportunities are there, especially for Celtic to go forward. A lot of tired legs, especially on the Rangers team.
Zurek Iznisvili. Back to Stefan Klos. The word is that another youngster is going to be on the pitch shortly for Rangers this time, another teenager. Ross McCormack is going to come on, and he's just 17. He makes Aidan McGeady look like an old stager.
He's a good player though, Rob. I've seen him play with the Rangers youth teams. Good movement, good pace. He can stick the ball in the net, young McCormack.
Can Celtic get a goal? Agat rides the challenge from Rickson. Alan Thompson. Good defending from Iznisvili. He had to get that right, that was pressure. That's well won back by Agat. He robbed Hughes. Corner.
Good working back from Stevie Hughes there, but he should have cleared it earlier. There really is real pressure now from Celtic, lots of opportunities. This is a real chance. Thompson getting in behind, and Iznisvili again, the right place, the right time to make the clearance.
He looks out on his feet, Stephen Hughes, but it's Stephen Pearson who's coming off for Celtic. And a first taste of the Old Firm match for 18-year-old Aidan McGeady. He's had a great end to the season, making his top team debut, and on his debut scoring his first top team goal. Alan Thompson's corner. Just wide. Sutton at the near post. Got the faintest of touches.
Yeah, it's a good ball again from Thompson. It's in a really dangerous area, but again, look at the Rangers players, how they match up against Celtic. There's no free space. Sutton almost getting there.
5 minutes left. Celtic 0, Rangers 0. And Frank de Boer hoping he can guide Rangers home to a draw which will feel like a win. Rangers are battered and bruised after a season in which they've played in the shadow of Celtic. Sunshine on Celtic Park, and the home team looking to make it 5 wins out of 5 against Rangers for the season. Frank de Boer's headed away, and the word is Rangers changing the changes, check.
Well, they're making Andy Watson a word of the 4th official now, actually. Ross McCormack is going to come on. I think they're going to make a double switch, actually. I think Charlie Adam will come on as well, Rob.
Agat's cross. Iznisvili got his head to it. Chris Burke survived McNamara's challenge. Shakes off Aidan McGeady as well. Great run from Burke. Varga covering across, and good play from Stan Varga.
Yeah, it was Varga covering his full-backs, his fellow defender as well. But Chris Burke doing really well. Haven't seen him too much second half, but good pace, good determination going forward.
Well, I mentioned that Stephen Hughes looked absolutely knackered, and it is going to be he who's going to come off. Michael Ball is going to come on. Had his chances, Hughes, a couple of shooting efforts early on, might have scored for Rangers.
Yeah, he's played well today, Stephen Hughes. He'll be happy with his performance. I wonder just where Michael Ball will play. Will Vinola go further forward and Ball in the left-back position, or will it be a straight swap?
Ross McCormack is stripped as well, but he's not coming on meantime. Burke to Hutton. Arteta. Didn't quite appreciate where the touchline was there, Mikel Arteta. Let the ball drift over and out. 2.5 minutes left of normal time. Nothing spared in that challenge between Sutton and Rickson. Agat. Thompson. Important challenge from Burke. McGeady. Away by Vanoli. Arteta trod on the ball. Agat rolls it for Larsson. Not with enough pace. It didn't find its way through.
He's lucky there, Mikel Arteta, losing the ball in a very dangerous area, and Michael Mo's giving it away again up front. That's where Rangers have had the biggest problem in the second half. They can't keep the ball.
Celtic trying to summon up one final effort. Rangers trying to repel their advances. Michael Ball, the substitutes. Well, that's the lowest diving header I've ever seen. He was almost underground.
Brilliant from Bobo Baldé.
Agat. Maggette. Can the youngster break the deadlock? Not like that.
No, he gets it all wrong, young Maggette. Coming wide, in from wide on the left-hand side. It's a good first touch. Makes up his mind to have a go. Wants to come inside, gets a yard of space, but really should deliver into the box. Way off target.
We're in the 90th minute at Celtic Park. Still goalless. Two minutes to be added, so not much more than 2.5 left. Sutton's layoff. Agat, his cross deflected away from Larsson, cleared by Hutton. Burke has it. Not for long.
Can't give the ball away there.
Varga fires it forward, great interception by Frank de Boer. Reads the game rather well. You would expect it of someone of his quality. Formerly with Ajax and Barcelona, and he's played for Holland more than 100 times. Vanoli. In goes Stephen Thompson. What a chance for Thompson to win it for Rangers in stoppage time.
It just doesn't fall quick enough here for Stephen Thompson, but it's a great run, it's a good ball in. The goalkeeper, David Marshall, is in no man's land. If Thompson can get this on target, then it's going to be the winning goal. Does really well to get there, he stretches every inch of his body, but just can't get enough across the ball.
Did he take his eye off it, Sandy?
No, I don't think so, no. I just think it was too high and under so much pressure with people around the bell. But if he gets on target, he's the real hero.
And he, of course, is the only Rangers player to have scored against Celtic this season, Thompson, in his own form too. Chris Sutton holds off Frank de Boer and wins the Old Firm match in the first minute of stoppage time. It's a sensational strike from Sutton. His 28th goal of the season, and Celtic have completed the whitewash of Rangers.
Well, Stephen Thompson could have won it at the other end just a minute ago, but Chris Sutton, it's a magnificent finish. Stefan Klos, he absolutely no chance of saving this. It's a long kick out. The ball just up in the air. It's Larsson to Sutton. He's onto it. He's strong, and he knows exactly what he's doing. Tips it over the top. It's Stefan Klos giving the Rangers goalkeeper absolutely no chance of saving it. You've got to say it's a tremendous goal from Sutton.
Well, there's some pretty unsavoury afters going on at the moment involving Rickson and Thompson off the ball, but the Celtic celebrations will go on long into the night. Played 5 against Rangers, 1-5 for Celtic this season, and they've now won 6 on the trot against Rangers, stretching into the last game of last season. But I was talking about that incident between Alan Thompson and Fernando Rickson, and don't know if Thompson and Rickson have heard the last of it from Hugh Dallas. He was in consultation there with Stuart Dougal, the 4th official, but they might just make the decision to get this match over with. What an unbelievable finale to this match. It seemed certain to end goalless, but Chris Sutton had other ideas.
Yeah, it's a tremendous end to the game. In fact, I think that may well be the end of the game, but that's a free kick. I think it's Celtic's favourite. No, it's over.
It's all over. Celtic have completed the green and whitewash of Rangers played 5 against their oldest rivals, won 5, and it's 6 Old Firm wins on the trot for the champions, and they haven't done that since 1915. The history books are rewritten at Celtic Park this Saturday lunchtime, and Fernando Ricksen is having to be ushered off the pitch by Jan Wouters to avoid any further trouble. But the manager, Martin O'Neill, with his arm around the shoulders of Chris Sutton, who produced a moment of magic in stoppage time to decide this famous fixture. The Celtic supporters have the bragging rights, and how, after completing the humiliation of Rangers. And the man of the match, Sandy Stiliyan-Petrov.
Yeah, Stiliyan-Petrov for me, Rob. Rangers, I thought, defended really well. De Boer was immense, Hutton was immense, but Petrov from the middle of the park, especially second half, got there time after time after time. Unlucky not to score on a couple of occasions, but he was immense for me. He's my Bank of Scotland man of the match.
The pictures tell the story. Arms in the air for the Celtic players, heads hung low among the Rangers ranks. They thought they'd done it, they thought they'd averted the whitewash, but it wasn't to be. Celtic haven't got where they are today without playing right to the final whistle. They've done it yet again. They've extended their advantage over Rangers at the top of the table to 16 points. And it's 6 Old Firm wins on the trot for Celtic. Here's Stiliyan-Petrov.
Still ain't so much for a quiet end of the season, meaningless game, eh?
Well, it's meant a lot to us, you know. Last few games we've not been to our best, so we chased the record as well, so we wanted to do it today. We showed it in the game. You can see it was brilliant. Kos could be 10 today, but he was outstanding in the goal. Just show how good is the spirit in the team at the moment. Good performance, and I hope we're going to keep that performance for the cup final.
Did you think, with maybe 5 minutes to go, that this was going to be a 0-0?
Well, we always play until the last whistle on the referee, so we try our best, and see it's a brilliant goal from Chris Sutton, great layoff from Henrik, and that's why they're one of the best duos in the world.
Just a word about Henrik, that's his last Old Firm game, of course. He's going to be badly missed for it, isn't he?
Well, he'll be very badly missed. I hope we're going to have a good replacement for him. The life is not finished, you know. He's going away, and we just need to keep going. We need to continue the good wins we keep doing for the last two years. So we'll miss him badly, but we can wish him all the best. And I hope. I know he's going to miss this atmosphere here, but we'll see when he's going to end up.
Yeah, do you talk in the dressing room about the placements, the way the fans? I mean, the name of Rivaldo, who came up and Martin O'Neill admitted yesterday was interested.
Well, that'll be great. Rivaldo show how good he is. So if he come here, it'll be great for the team and for the fans as well.
Just a word about the players that are here. You've wrapped up all the Player of the Year awards. Of course, tomorrow night Jackie McNamara gets the Scottish Football Writers. He's had a tremendous season. Chris Sutton won the players, and Stephen Pearson, the young player.
Oh, it's a great awards for them. Great honour to pick these awards because they've been working so hard all the season, and they deserve it. And we just congratulate them.
And you won the award in your own country, in Bulgaria. Is this your best season, Stan, you think, with Celtic?
I think so. I have a great players around him, and I try to learn every game, every year. So I'm really happy that I'm this team and I have this kind of teammates around me.
You still have a cup final to come, of course, but Celtic fans are already looking forward to next year. Do you think this team can move on again? I mean, you had a UEFA Cup final, didn't quite make it this year. Tremendous performance in Europe.
Of course, we've been long enough to stick together and play even much better next season. So I hope we'll continue to play well and make happy our fans.
What about your own future, Stiliyan? Because you came here when the club was come a long way since the days of under John Barnes, hasn't it?
My future is I still have another 2.5 years a year, so I'm happy. My family is happy, and I want to stay here. Yeah,
and you do admit the club's come a long way since these days. Did you find it first?
That's right. When I come, it's I didn't really enjoy it, but after that, I have a great help from this club and the teammates, so I'm really happy I'm staying.
Well, I think you enjoy yourself tonight. Bank of Scotland man of the match champagne to help win your race.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Thank you. Okay.
Well, the Old Firm just guarantees you drama. Sometimes it's last-minute drama, but you always get it. And once again, a familiar sight. Celtic fans celebrating after an Old Firm match. 6 in a row now for Celtic over Rangers. The last time Celtic did that was 1915. And that stretches back, of course, to the end of last season. 5 consecutive wins. This Rangers just seconds away from taking a point here, but I think in second half pressure, Gordon, you can't grudge Celtic all 3 points, really, can you?
Well, it was a narrow win for Celtic, a late goal obviously, but it wasn't a close game. Second half was totally dominated by Celtic. They had all the chances, all the play. I don't know what happened to Rangers. I thought they had a really good first half, but they never got going. I think Celtic tightened up the midfield a bit. That stopped Rangers getting in there, and it was almost Celtic against Stefan Klos and his back four. In the second half, it was one-way traffic.
Yeah, and they did defend very well, Paul, and very nearly hung on for the point, didn't they?
Dougie, I thought Rangers were magnificent. I think Alex will take a lot from that. Some outstanding youngsters on both sides to the future. Scotland, long-term, for me, looks good. I thought the defending at times was outstanding, and it's just that moment, a lapse in concentration. And, I mean, football's a funny game, you know, as we always say, this strange cliche, because, I mean, Thompson had a fantastic chance at the other end. For me and Gordon said he should have scored.
Yeah.
I just think the keeper's presence put him off a little bit. He should have kept his eye on the ball, attacked it. Could have been a completely different outcome. But what, 20 seconds later, Sutton started the move, finished the move, and it was an exquisite finish. But Celtic, when you talk about resilience, they've got that winning mentality. They've got something special down there in that dressing room, what the manager's forged over his time here. And but I think Rangers, all in all, there was a lot of good things to come. I suppose the second half, yes, Celtic upped the tempo with a dominant factor. You would expect them. They took the onus and the initiative. But the defending was, at the time, I thought Klos was magnificent. The 2 centre-backs were magnificent. Rickson worked his socks off for the team as well. So there's a lot of pluses that can come out of that. But ultimately, it's about results. That's the bottom line in football, and taking your chances. Celtic had them, missed a lot, but had the one, and what a stunner. Absolute stunner.
It finishes 1-0, and it means that the gap at the top of the Bank of Scotland Premier League is back at 16 points. Celtic the champions on 94, Rangers now on 78. 6 consecutive Celtic wins in Old Firm matches. Let's take you back over some of the major moments of another enthralling Old Firm encounter. We had a goal in the 90th minute. We had one disallowed after just 2 minutes, and this we decided was a very good decision by Hugh Dallas, Gordon.
I think it was. It was a good ball played in by Thompson. Dangerous ball. Varga gets it in, but there's no doubt in my mind that Henrik Larsson just stops Frank de Boer getting to the ball. You can see him there. He just turns him, and it just comes off Varga in. I thought de Boer had a tremendous game. He and Kishnansvili were a real good partnership, and yet that's not going to be Rangers' defensive partnership next season.
This was towards the end of the first half, and this was good work by Moles. He didn't do a whole lot today, to be fair, Paul, but that was a good effort.
This was a moment of good ability, good link-up play, leaves the defender, ferocious effort, movement all over the place, and obviously Thompson attempts to follow up.
He looked good in the first half, Michael Moles, and yet never in it in the second half, never at all.
Well, this is into the second half, and it really is a story of Celtic pressure almost constantly.
I mean, that wasn't a great shot, Petrov, there, but he worked the opening well, and that seemed to be becoming more and more of the pattern of the play. Celtic were getting far more in behind the Rangers defence. Rangers defended really well, but it was, as I say, it was almost one-way traffic.
This was the man of the match, and should he have scored there?
Should have hit the target. Gilt-edged opportunity for me. I mean, it's quite an acute angle, but Petrov, how many times have we seen him in such an advanced position, and he usually shows good composure, but it was an outstanding performance by him, and you know, I mean, this one, I mean, the gap.
A breakout from
he did much better second half.
But I mean, the final boy, though, Gordon, for all that good work, do you know what I'm trying to say? We're sort of the good and the not so good of a gap. Great athleticism, leaves him trailing, but you want the quality on the final ball.
He was far more in the game, though, again, the second half. They left that side free for him to attack. If Chris Sutton hits the back post with his head, that's a goal.
It's a gilt-edged opportunity, wasn't it? Straight ball by Lennon, wasn't it, from midfield? And that's when you
too
just
near
saw...
Klos. If he puts it in the far corner as he should, that's in the net. But there was so much pressure from Celtic. Great header from Henrik Larsson. Rangers defended a lot of these set pieces really well. But the
timing of Larsson's header there.
Tremendous timing,
yeah. Absolutely. I mean, Klos, I think he was outstanding in all fairness.
That wasn't, and I agree with Sandy there that you can see Stefan Klos's feet are over the line, but he's leaning forward, takes the ball right on the line.
You can just about see that the feet are over the line, but the ball isn't. Certainly not the whole of the ball, and that's all that really matters, isn't it?
That's a couple of efforts from Henrik Larsson, but I think this might be the one. I'm not sure that Henrik Larsson the easiest chance of the game. This is it.
You're right.
You know, you just couldn't imagine him missing that. That's an easy. You think of all the goals Henrik Larsson scored.
Many Celtic fans had a few quid in Larsson for the first goal. And what they were saying at that moment, you can only imagine. But,
this is the one that we've both been talking about. I think Stephen Thompson sees him coming, and then he pulls out of it a bit.
I think if he takes it with more conviction, but I mean, this one, if we talk about conviction and quality, he starts to move, doesn't he? In between two, that's a stunning finish. It's finishing of the highest order. I mean, he helps it on there. He does well here, though, doesn't he, Larsson Gordon? Feeds it back in.
Yeah, great finish.
Marvellous, isn't it? Quality.
typical Celtic goal. It's a long ball, it starts it, Sutton heads it on, Larsson feeds
physical
him.
aspect again.
Physical aspect, yeah, absolutely.
De Boer just pushed out of the way, not illegally. Chris Sutton, the Celtic hero. And I know that Martin O'Neill has been watching all those chances, and I'm sure he's doing so with a quiet smile on his face. Here he is with Chick.
Yeah, Martin, another quiet afternoon at the office for you, wasn't it? It was supposed to be an end of season dull game. Never turned out that way.
No, it didn't. I thought we were tremendous, especially second half. I just thought it was played some great stuff, created some great chances in the game, and it looked as if it wasn't going to be our day. But Sutton comes up with just a wonder goal to win the game. Absolutely wonder goal, and I think it was no more than we deserved.
Yeah, we can have a look at the goal. Actually, it started with the kick out of the goalkeeper, didn't it? The way you built it up right from the back, but the touch, a couple of touches, and the strength of Sutton.
He's just held the challenge off there, and almost in the same movement has decided he knows what he's going to do with it, and he sticks it in. And to beat Kloss today was doing something. You know, he's again been magnificent, thorn in our flesh for a long time, but. We've completed the Grand Slam, and we're delighted with that.
Yeah, we were a bit light-hearted in the pre-match interview, and we talked about the jinx and all that on the pitch, but you've got rid of that one, haven't you?
Well, I hope so, yeah, that's true. But players were well up for the game, you know, as you just mentioned at the top of the interview, you said it's just an end-of-season game. Far from it. Both sides had it hammer and tongs. A great occasion, and I'm glad our crowd stayed with us to the end, because anybody who went home early would have missed, as I said, a wonder goal. We were terrific second half, absolutely brilliant. Played some great stuff, and it seemed unrelenting at times. And while we're pushing forward, trying to win the game, there's always the chance, as happened Aberdeen a few weeks ago. There's always the chance that you'll lose something. As it turns out, they put one in the penalty box, and young Marshall, who did very well today, has come and missed it, and I suppose maybe if it had been on target, it might have been a goal. But I'll tell you what, that would have been harsh. We deserve to win the game.
There's still a small matter of a cup final to come, of course, but already you're talking about next season. Henrik's away. Rivaldo, any closer? Anyone else you can throw into the hat?
Well, I mean, there'll be loads of players being thrown into the hat between now and the end of the season, never mind the beginning of next season. But we'll miss Henrik, there's no doubt about it. Wonderful reception by the crowd at the start of the game as well too, and he's been a big player for us. He's been terrific, and we'll be obviously very sad to see him go. But on with it we must go, and that's exactly what we'll do. We'll press on. A number of big performances there today. I think Didier got back to his best again. I thought Lennon was superb.
Rivaldo doesn't come for a tenner a week, Martin. I'm assuming that there's been a fair amount of money released for you.
Well, I mean, this has gathered a great deal of momentum, and if you want 10 or 15 minutes just off camera, I'll tell you, I suppose, how it developed.
Okay, I'll take that with.
Fine, not a problem at all. But no, there'll be loads and loads of names mentioned, I'm quite sure. All I said yesterday, and I'll reiterate, you know, if we've got now automatic entry into the Champions League, so and that is something that we, like anything else, you want to try and push forward. You don't want to try and go on, see if you could get through to the last 16 of the competition, rather than just go and make up the numbers. And that's the crowd are sort of demanding that, or expecting that, you know. And you can only do that there with top class players.
See you in 15 minutes for a cup of tea in your office. Thank you, Martin.
Thank you, Jim.
It's a happy Celtic manager. It's a fairly mouth-watering prospect if that transfer does go through. Rivaldo for Larsson, that would be a reasonable substitute, I would think, Gordon.
He's a fair player, different type of player though. That's the only thing. I think that Henrik Larsson will be harder to replace.
Yes, Rivaldo won't get 25-30 goals a season.
No, I don't think he will. And also, it's not just that. I mean, Henrik Larsson once again today, he did what he does well too, which is create a goal. I mean, Rivaldo will be capable of doing that, but with Larsson you get both, and you also get a physical presence at times. He does go and work hard. He runs about a bit more than I think Rivaldo does. I've never ever thought that Rivaldo's an up-front striker, such he plays off the strike force, so I still think they'll be looking for a striker as well, even if Rivaldo comes.
They will still need someone one. Well, we've heard from Martin O'Neill. Let's hear now from his Rangers counterpart, Alec McLeish.
I guess so near and yet so far. You must have thought you'd done enough there.
Well, I thought we did enough for a point. We gave 100%, and despite that being the weakest squad we took to play Celtic this season, or against Celtic in general, I was really proud of the players' input.
Yeah, and you had the chance with Stevie Thompson at the end. Maybe you thought that was going to be the difference for you. I mean, it was that stage of the game where a goal was going to win it.
That's right, yeah. He got there just before the goalkeeper, and if he managed to direct it towards goal, then you know, you would like to have thought the game would have been over then.
What do you take out of that, Alec, going into next season?
Well, a lot of the kids that were involved in this game today, and a lot of players involved, had nothing to do with the previous game, so they can take a lot out of that and look forward. They've got one Celtic Old Firm game under their belt, and I'd like to think they could look over the tape and see what they can learn from it in terms of the last 10 minutes, maybe try and the things they would do when they were in the reserves, but you have to step up a gear when you're in the first team and learn from that.
And if you can get a couple of these new faces you've been talking about in the door, you'll be much more optimistic, presumably, for next
year. Yeah, we need it because you see again, a straightforward ball through the middle and we can't deal with it, and it ends up we're scrambling for the second ball. Good finish by Sutton, you have to give him credit at that stage of the game to lift the chip over Stefan, who was magnificent for us, as well as Rangers fans, and I'm gutted for the players. And Celtic felt terrible last season, the way we won the league, and this feels probably similar.
Thanks, Alex.
Cheers.
Will, and show them how we both can play.
Couple of yellow cards in the first couple of minutes would make it competitive.
I think so, yeah. First tackle over the top might be very good.
Well, there we are. That's an idea of the Celtic support tonight. Since about 6:30 tonight, 6:15 when I arrived.